Hello, can you see us okay?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Good, good. So I just extended the time.
Okay,
So,
cool.
I mean, we like to keep the class to about 45 minutes, but if it runs long or if they have questions, I just extended it so we've got plenty of time.
Okay, cool beans.
She's
All right.
upstairs.
Who's that? Oh, Derek, this is my friend Nicole. Hi. And she's going to build doTERRA with me here in Little Rock. And so every
Awesome.
Thursday, I think at least every Thursday, we're going to have little classes at her house, and we're going to teach people how to do the Aroma Touch and Symphony of the Cells and whatever else we decide that, you know, comes up our sleeve, because, you know, I know everything.
And what did you say your name was?
Nicole.
Nicole.
Yes.
Well, we love Little Rock.
We love Little Rock.
And Little Rock is a great doTERRA area.
And
so,
we love the people at Little Rock, well, in Arkansas, because they are some of the friendliest people in the world. So just saying. Totally love
Where are you from?
He's an Arizona boy. I'm a Colorado girl. We went to Little Rock he went to Little Rock for law school. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where our first experience with the South.
Wonderful. Yeah. And you fell in love, right?
Oh my gracious. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm saddened with the changes to Diamond Club this year. Well, it wouldn't have worked out anyway with COVID,
right,
but
yeah.
The way it changed the travel side, it makes it much more difficult to get there. Normally, I'm in Little Rock at least 4 times a year. So this year is going to be a little bit different, but
you're a diamond with doTERRA now, so you can claim it as a business expense still.
Oh, I've always claimed it as a business expense.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've always claimed it as a business expense. It's a great excuse for a business expense.
Beautiful house, by the way.
Chiropractor that does Young Living.
Okay.
So I'm stealing her away. So she has to talk that jingo there, but when she's with me, she talks this jingo. So anyway, she doesn't, you know, he's never just, I don't know if they got wind of me because I went in there to get an adjustment and I used Deep Blue. And right after that, after how long have you been there?
2 years.
2 years. Then they said, oh, well, if you sell some of the Young Living, we'll give you a little bit of money. Yeah. So I think that they thought, oh, this girl with this doTERRA might be trying to get her to come on the dark side.
My friend, you know. Yeah, so all of a sudden they like
dangle a little carrot, but we know that our carrot is much bigger than theirs.
Right.
So we're not worried.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, we're excited. We're still a few minutes early, so we can keep chatting for a little bit. What part of Little Rock are you in?
Do you know where the Bass Pro Shop is?
Yes, out towards Bryant.
Kind of, yes. Yes, but it is out that way.
Well, it's around the bend on the 30, right? Yeah.
Right. And so behind that is Otter Creek. It's a subdivision called Otter Creek.
Yeah. In fact, we looked at a house in Otter Creek while we were there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I live there. I've lived there in July. It will be 29 years.
We like that little semi-gated community there. The gate's always open, but yeah,
well, the gate does close, but it's public streets. Yeah. So, but the gates are there to slow people down, and there's speed bumps there to slow people down because they do have cameras that videotape your license.
Your license,
plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we liked Otter Creek and so forth.
Well, obviously I do too. I've lived here almost 29 years. So my husband passed away 3.5 years ago, and I just continue to live out here. So it's home.
When we were there, we lived right across the street from the First Baptist Church on Rodney Parham, right by the country club, if you know where that is.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley Country Club.
Yes.
So
nice area.
It was. We loved it. It was great. So we've got a couple people. Deb, I don't know that I recognize you. Obviously, I can't see you, but okay. Tell me a little bit. What's your last name? Is it Grantham?
That would be me, Deb Grantham. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I was trying to eat.
No, you're fine.
You don't
Keep
want to
eating.
see me eating.
I saw the name, but I didn't place it, so I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, that's Deb Grantham. Hi.
Awesome, awesome. Hello.
Here's Shalom. That's Shalom. She's my buddy.
Hi,
there.
Shalom.
This is Nicole.
Hi.
Okay, and B. Swanson.
Hi, you guys.
My guest.
How are
Hi.
you?
Hi, Dee.
Great
Hey,
to see you.
Shalom.
What's that?
I said Shalom was on too. Do you see her?
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay. You guys
Now-
get to see me on natural, sans makeup and everything. I'm in my kitchen.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful, Bee.
So
All right,
real quick, I just want to ask a couple questions. Deb, where are you from?
Originally Fort Worth, Texas, currently Fayetteville, North Carolina, where the Army dumped me.
Okay. Okay. So North Carolina. And B, you're located where?
The Chicago suburbs. I'm about 50 miles outside of Chicago, closer actually to Wisconsin. I used to think I lived out here with a cowpoke in the old days, but now it's like 17,000 people, so not small
Yeah.
town anymore.
Well, I used to get in and out of Chicago several times a year and would go the Indiana direction just across the border towards Dyer and St. John's and so forth.
Yeah. Wow, that's prairie territory. It's nothing but farmers' fields, right?
Yep, yep. In fact, Sandra, who's on with us, she's in that area.
Okay.
So she's not too terribly far from you.
Okay. And what was everybody's names? I missed it. Could you?
So-
we've got, okay.
You bet. I'm Derek. This is Suzanne Williams.
Okay.
We're located in Layton, Utah. Lana Perry and her
Lana Perry, like banana. Lana, banana.
Lana, I'm sorry, I say Lana. Lana, she's going to teach us the class tonight and excited for that. She's in the North Little Rock area, Conway, out of Little Rock. Deb is in North Carolina. Shalom is in Gilbert, Arizona. Sandra is in the St. John's area of Indiana.
Oh, okay.
And Nicole, and I'm in
Yeah,
Little Rock.
Nicole, sorry. And
That's
you're more in Little Rock proper, a suburb of Little Rock.
Yes.
Yep, just a little southeast of Little Rock, if my map is oriented right in my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Let's see, Katie, I'm not sure where you're from. You're muted, so if you can join us, that's great. If not, you can chat it in.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, we got two in North Carolina. And Lori Ann. Let's see.
no camera, no mic.
Hope
Another
Mill.
North Carolina, Fayetteville area. And Ashley, you're in Michigan, I believe.
Northern Michigan.
Northern Michigan, okay. And Portia is in central Missouri. She's in just outside of Columbus, or Columbia, Missouri, Columbus, Ohio. We used to live in Columbus years ago. So she's in central Missouri. And Tanya, where are you located?
I'm in close to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, so Milwaukee area. Cool, cool. Well, we can go ahead and get started. First, I want to say happy birthday to Lana.
Happy birthday,
To you,
Lana.
yep. It was her birthday yesterday. So we'll give her a shout out for her birthday.
And I celebrate all month long.
Birthday extravaganza.
there you
It's
go,
not
there you
over.
go. Okay, so we'll turn the time over to Lana. Typically, the class lasts about 45 minutes. But if we have questions, we've got more time than that. But it's just entirely up to you folks and how you want to go. Oh, cool. All right, well, we'll turn it over to Lana.
Okay, so my name's Lana Perry, and I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA. And before I get started here, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping so that I'm legal and y'all are legal. And I'm going to do my disclaimer, which says that I'm sharing my knowledge and personal experiences. I'm not a doctor, nor do I take the place of a doctor. If you have an emergency, please seek professional medical attention. I do like to try to use oils first before I do the medical attention, and I oftentimes have great results with that, but don't ever be afraid to go to your doctor, and they'll help you out. I do not claim to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases, although I've seen amazing things happen whenever I've been able to use the oils and the other products that doTERRA has on other people. For safety with the oils, I always want to tell you that like the citrus oils are very sensitive to the sun this time of year. So if you want to put something on your finger and rub it behind your neck because you want to smell that, do not go out in the sun because you can get a burn. If you're using the oils for massage and you use something like oregano, then it's considered a hot oil. Cassia is also a hot oil, cinnamon, a little bit of a hot oil. You can dilute those down with fractionated coconut oil or olive oil out of your kitchen, whatever, something like that, but water's just not going to do the trick. So that's your safety on that. And I'm going to just start with my little class. I am doing a class on skincare, and I find that kind of funny because I, well, probably before doTERRA, I washed my face. I'm not a shower girl, so I always take a bath, and I wash my face in the bathtub with a washcloth, and that's it. I never put any soap or anything on my face. And whenever I decided to build a business with doTERRA, the lady whose house I was at, Gail, told me that in order to do that, that I had to be a product of the product. And so I have since then fell in love with so many of doTERRA's products, because when I was first introduced to the essential oils, they actually, Alicia is above me, she's below Derek. She called and asked me to come to a party at a hotel. And I'm wise enough because I am an MLM junkie, like I'll sign up for anything. And I went, so I knew what they were doing, and actually Dave Sterling was there talking to us, and he was talking about how you could put lavender on your baby and would help him go to sleep. And I didn't have a baby, so I didn't like that idea. And how can you do something else for your husband? And I didn't have a husband. And I was seriously getting tired of this thing. But then he held up the bottle of Deep Blue, and I actually was buying Deep Blue for $40 a bottle from somebody. And I said, sign me up, buy me a kit, and get me 2 bottles of Deep Blue. So that's how I came into the doTERRA life. And I ordered that kit. I had it shipped to Washington State because that's where I was going for vacation. And my mom has COPD really bad. And so sometimes she has a hard time breathing and she has issues that way. And so we were sitting there and she's actually coughing at me as she's trying to talk. And I'm annoyed with that because she does it all the time. And I literally opened up that box right there, took out the breathe, turned it upside down, rubbed it right here on her neck, set it back down. We keep talking. Within about 5 minutes, she says, Lanabeth, did you notice I'm not coughing anymore? And I was like, really? And she said, yeah, like this is the deepest breath I've ever been able to take in 10 years. So I'm trying to find me. I can't find me on there. There I am. Okay, I just want to look at myself. Anyway, so, you know, I mean, and probably for about 2 or 3 years after that, people would say something and I would say, oh, well, you know, I have an oil for that. And I'd put it on them and it would work. And I'd be like, really? I mean, I probably had that face like, really? Are you kidding me? And so finally I told Gail, like, I have to find a better approach to that because like they look at me like I'm an idiot and I pretty much feel like an idiot. So now I say, oh my gosh, well, it was supposed to work. So I'm so smart. That's what I think. So that's how I, you know, just started experimenting and sharing with people and putting oils on people. And I am a learner from the strength builders. And so I just am a sponge. And with any other network marketing company I had joined, there was no education. Like they just wanted me to tell somebody to buy the shampoo and use it. And I didn't really like it. And so there was no education. So doTERRA became the perfect fit for me. And so it took me probably 3 or 4 years to try to put that skincare, because I did the supplements first. And what I did learn though is that even though it's skincare, as a massage therapist, what I learned was when I would put lotion on somebody and how quickly it was absorbed into their skin, it really made me aware of what I was putting on my body whenever I lathered myself up with Bed and Bath and Victoria's Secrets and walked around smelling like a pear, plum, something. But, you know, that stuff was just not good for me. So I quit using all those crazy lotions and I started using doTERRA's lotions. And they have a spa line that has a lotion that you can put any of the oils in, so you can kind of make yourself smell however you want to do. So I love that about doTERRA. But what I did learn is, like, sometimes our skin issues actually start with the gut. And so the things that doTERRA has that help us with that is the essential, our vitamins, the Lifeline Vitality Kit. And again, it took me a while to become a product of the product. And so I ordered these and I put them on my window and I took them every morning faithfully. And then we lost our house to the tornado. And so it took my vitamins with it. And so I was out of my vitamins for about 2 months, and like, I'm healthy. I don't need anything. And I just took these so I could be a product of the product, but I didn't think I was getting any benefit from them. But when I quit taking them, when I didn't have them for those 2 months, I'd get out of bed and my lower back would hurt. And I'd be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not such a fried chicken after all. Like, I do need my vitamins. So they have like the Microplex, your vitamin, your daily vitamin that you need. They have the CRS Omega, which is your cellular repair. And then they have the your fish oils, the XE Omegas. So they cover you everywhere that way. And then one of the most important things that I know that they have, I don't have a gallbladder. And so sometimes when I eat my food, it doesn't really digest so well. And so we have a product called Terrazyme. And Terrazyme helps your body to break down food that just sits there in your stomach and doesn't do anything. We also have the Mitoda Max, and I sell this to like my truck driver friends that work at night and they need some extra energy, and it's legal and it doesn't do anything, but they tell me that it works amazingly. They also will take a drop of peppermint and put it in their hands, take it aromatically, and that helps them to wake up. And then doTERRA, I don't have it because I gave them away. They have the peppermint beadlets, so they like those too because that helps them wake up. And then they have the peppermint that are big, but I have 3 guys that chew those things because that's what keeps them awake. But it's all natural, and so it's not going to go into their body and then come out through their skin in some rash or something like that, okay? And then still talking about your digestive system, the Digestin, it helps with your acid reflux, different things like that. My mom loves the Digestin, and she takes it faithfully. Then we all know too, so that we don't have dark circles under our eyes and puffiness and stuff, then we all need our sleep. So we have Serenity. And Serenity is amazing. They actually have a soft gel that you can take that'll help you sleep. And then they have the oil that you just rub it on your temples. And so, you know, I was like, I don't really know if these oils work, but let me try them, you know. So I go home one day and I rub some Serenity on my temples and I lay down on the couch to watch a TV show. I don't even know what it was because I fell asleep at 7 o'clock at night, which is not my ordinary thing. My sister-in-law said she walked through the living room about 4 times and asked my brother, should I turn the light off or what do you think she's going to do out there? And Bert's like, she'll wake up and go get in bed. You know, she's okay. No, I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock the next morning. So I love the Serenity oil. When I can't get to sleep, it helps me really go to sleep. And it doesn't give me a groggy feeling the next day, okay? And then sometimes, you know, if we get pain and stuff like that, of course, you're going to use your Deep Blue because Deep Blue it's not going to leave any chemicals or put anything in your system that it doesn't need in your system. Let me see, Serenity Deep Blue. Okay, and so then those things are kind of all the oils that you take internally. And I will take just about any oil internally and I put it just under my tongue if I need it, and especially the Digestin. I have a raspy voice to start with, but I had this weird feeling like in my chest, an elephant was sitting on my chest. And it was a strain for me to talk. And so I went to the doctor and I paid $95 for him to like go like this. You have indigestion or heartburn. You have heartburn. And I'm thinking, I don't have heartburn. Like I could eat anything in the world. I don't burp anything. I don't have heartburn, you know. So about, I don't know, I went, he told me to go to Walmart and buy something, and I did go buy it, but I think I took it twice. This is before I learned how to take medicine or my vitamins. So I didn't take it, and I got that feeling. Well, one weekend I was watching my grandkids, and I felt like the elephant was on my chest. And when I went outside and I was trying to spit, it was very frothy. So, you know, of course, what I do, I Google it because, you know, Google knows everything. And Google told me that I had GERD. Well, I know that GERD is what happens if you don't take care of your acid reflux. So I immediately started taking Digestin on a Monday. And on Thursday, the girl who sat across from me at the office, I was on a call. And when I hung up on the call, she said, so what did you do? And I said, what did I do about what? And she said, your voice is so much clearer and like you're not straining. And I said, I think I have acid reflux. And so I started taking Digestin. And so I love the Digestin, and I take it as often as I can. And then I also take Tri-Ease. And so this is your lemon, lavender, and peppermint that's really good this time of year for your season things. So sometimes people will tell me, like with the oils, like they don't want to take it internally. And I always tell them, like, did you go eat a Big Mac today or a quarter pounder with cheese? Because you got lots of oil whenever you ate that. So my oils are much better for you than those oils are. So you should use them. So internally, that's how you can take these oils, is you can take them through the little soft gels. You can make your own soft gels and put them in little soft gels. I make the allergy blend sometimes when I'm out of Tri-Ease. Or you can just put it under your tongue. The Digestin is amazing for that. And actually, every leadership or one of those, when I go to any doTERRA event, they usually call some people up on the stage that just had Mexican food for dinner and have them do the Digestin and tell them in 5 minutes like how much better they feel. So it's a really cool trick. And I didn't have any of the Terrazyme because I'm out of that one. But one of the things, if you guys are teaching classes, if you take some oatmeal and you make it in the morning and let it get just hard, when you're teaching your class that afternoon, you can take 2 Terrazymes, crack them open and stir it in that hard oatmeal, and it will make it dissolve and turn into liquid. And so that's a great trick to show them, to prove to them that these things, that they really do work. Okay. If I do any events or something, I usually have Deep Blue with me, and I am a massage therapist, so I am licensed to touch people, but I will just take it. If it's a husband and wife, I'll get the wife. I'll just rub this on his shoulder right here. I only do it on one shoulder intentionally, and then I send them off on their merry way. And before they leave, they come back and say, can you put some on my other shoulder? And I say, only if you give me your phone number. Okay. So that's a good trick too, to get people to experience the Deep Blue. Put it here and they'll know that. Another one that's really good for a display thing is if you have AromaTouch. If you have people that have TMJ, and even if they don't, we're all stressed all day long and we're like that. So I was with my aunt one day and I rubbed some AromaTouch on our jaws, and I did it to her and my cousin and his wife, you know, and then about 5 minutes later, my aunt says, well, I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I think I need some on my other jaw because I feel like this one's looser than this one. So those little tricks are really something you can use in a class setting to get people to have an experience with the oils, okay? So we talked about how you do internally, and now we'll talk about topically, which is the Deep Blue is topically. We have the hand and body lotion that you can put any of your oils in. So like if you want to do lavender for sunburn or something, you can put it in there. The Roman chamomile is amazing in here. And then we also have a body butter. So you can put different oils in the body butter for your heels or something like that. And then they actually have a mask that they use. And I've used it a couple times. I actually prefer to put it on my feet than I do on my face. Sound like my face like it's gonna crack off, but I'm a barefooted girl. And so I put the mask on my feet, and it's really pretty cool. And it makes them a lot softer and better that way. There's a kit that's called the HD Clear Skincare. And I think it's targeted mostly towards the younger generation. And I don't have any younger generation people, so I honestly have never purchased that kit. But does anybody else have any experience with the HD Clear? Oh, somebody says, I'm 54 and I use the HD Clear. Oh, can she talk? What does she use?
She has no microphone.
She has no mic. Okay.
And I think she's
Darn
trying.
it. 54. Well, I guess I'm 61. I might order HD Clear next time because I don't know. maybe it'll help me. But I love Virage. And I actually introduced my friend here, Nicole, to the Virage skincare line. And so she's going to tell you what she loved about it because she got it last month, and I'm going to let her tell you that.
I think I've actually had it 2 weeks, and I can tell so much of a difference. The pass it here. There, thanks. The cleanser, it takes off my mascara, it takes off everything, and all it needs is one squirt, one pump. And I use this morning and night, unlike some people. I don't use the toner, but
So the
I
toner,
have
let's talk
used
about
it.
the
Yes.
toner. The toner, do you know you have to spray it in their face?
Yeah.
That's like forced rain to me. So I don't use the toner either.
I do it here. I mean, you can do like
Oh,
let
there,
it
she
fall
got a
on you,
miss.
but you know, that's odd. Anyway, okay, this serum, oh my word, hydrating serum is the bomb. It is absolutely amazing. And I've gone through it pretty quick. Let's see, and then I take the, this is the moisturizer. Now, do you want to tell them what I add to
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay, the yellow palm,
Yarrow
palm, sorry. I'm new, okay? There's proof. I am addicted to this stuff. It is amazing. I use this morning and night, and if I could eat it, I would. It is amazing what it has done to my face and my neck. My mom, I'm 57, okay? And my mom is 20 years older than me. She keeps telling me, Nicole, you better do so, because my neck was looking really, really bad. And she said, you know, you're going to look just like me. Well, I have been using this stuff, and my neck is absolutely, it really looks good. I mean, it's, you know, still 57 years old, but it looks good. It looks better than what it did
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. That's absolutely correct. But this stuff is, I've used it on the back of my hands. I've used it on my my chest, and I'm going to get the body, is it body serum? What is it? Yes, renewal serum. So, yeah, that's my next thing. So
The Yarrow Palm, the Yarrow is the oil. And so it gives you metabolic support, and it's great for anti-aging. You can also take it internally, and it actually comes in a pretty good sized bottle, and it has a dropper where you could actually just do a drop under your tongue for that, and it's going to help you internally. Really.
we're going to try it.
Yeah, she'll do that. And then it also supports your blood pressure. So there you go. So yeah, and in this event, I think this event will stay, and you can always go look at past events, but I'm going to share a couple of videos in here later of things that I found out when I was doing the research on this class. I use the Essential skincare line. So I did Virage first, and I love that serum too. I mean, if I put on my face right now, I would just get rosy. Like, I look amazing whenever I have that stuff on. And it smells really good too, so I don't mind that. But I turned 61, so I thought I should graduate up to the one that's for the older people, the senior people. And so I got the Essential Kit, and honest to goodness, I have a boo-boo on my leg. I was in a car wreck on February 21st, and I got something called a fracture blister. Well, I got many fracture blisters. And so basically my whole ankle was just a bunch of sores. And then I had this really bad one that they thought I might have to have a skin graft on, because they didn't know how deep it was or what was going to happen when this crazy scab came off. And so what I did was, first, I'll tell you, I rubbed every high vibration oil on my foot. I came over here with my oils with her, and she rubbed them all on my foot, and it would make my foot feel so much better. But when I take a bath, I always would wash my foot every night. I would use the scrub, and I wasn't afraid to apply it right on that sore, because I know that it's a good product. It's natural. It's not got any toxins in it. So I would wash it and put it all on that sore. And then I would, and this one, the scrub has grapefruit and peppermint in it. So the peppermint really kind of wakes things up, but it would take off all the deadness that was on there. And then I would then wash it with the facial cleanser, which is melaleuca and peppermint. So I decided since I was washing my feet with it, I should wash my face with it too. So I started washing my face with that. The toner, still can't do the toner. This one you actually put in a cotton ball, but I don't have any cotton balls, so I don't use the toner. But what I do after I wash my foot and it's nice and clean is I use the Yarrow Palm Body Serum. And thank you, B, because B gifted me some of this stuff because it apparently if you have more sensitive skin, we'll let B talk about that. It might be sensitive on your skin, so not everybody can use it this way without diluting it. But I would put the Yarrow Palm syrup on my foot and up my leg because I had the nerve damage all the way up my leg. And then I would put the hydrating cream on my foot also. And then I have this little scar on my face right here. And my brother wrapped toilet paper around my head and set me on fire when I was a little girl. So I have this scar here and it was on my chest it was weird. You know, so I thought, well, I'm going to try this on my chest. So I will, when I'm taking my bath, I squirt some of this body serum on my chest, and then I just work its way up to my whole face and put it on my face as well. So I love it. And then I use the hydrating cream also. And what I love about this is like when it gets on my mouth or something, it actually tastes good. So, you know, I think that's great because I do some Rodan and Field stuff before that. Oh, if I got it in my mouth, it was horrible. But this stuff, I think you could probably eat it if you wanted to. It's not a bad tasting product.
Well, it's got lavender, jasmine, geranium, frankincense.
Oh, well, tell them what it has in it.
Okay, it's got lavender, jasmine, geranium, and frankincense. So yeah, get a spoon.
So it's got great stuff.
Oh
in
my
it.
goodness, it is amazing.
This kit also comes with brightening gel. And I'll be honest, I haven't even looked at it because I don't know what I need to brighten up.
She's bright enough.
It comes with a tightening serum. So I have used the tightening serum a couple of times, but again, I don't like the tight feeling. So it's not my favorite thing. Then it has the anti-aging moisturizer. I use that and I actually put a couple of drops of the Yarrow Palm and geranium in here. And I'm telling you, if you use Yarrow Palm, geranium, and your moisturizer lotion together, your face will just be like, oh, singing the tone. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And then it has this anti-aging eye cream. Well, I don't really have too many wrinkles around my eyes, but I do use it. But I use it around my lips because I have wrinkles around my lips. And I'm not a smoker and I quit using the straw in 2003. And I'm praying that this will get rid of my wrinkles because I think that's the only way people know how old I am. So those are the skincare. She told you about the garage. I told you about the essential skincare kits. We talked a little bit about HD Clear, that somebody on here is Gloria, is 54 and she uses HD Clear. So I actually might buy it and give it a shot, okay? So the one thing I like to talk about with doTERRA is like, it goes into your gut. We have cleansers, we have probiotics, we have the GX Assist. So if you want to do a cleanse, I used to work in a weight loss clinic and I helped ladies lose weight for LA Weight Loss. And not until I joined doTERRA did I learn about, well, I lost 60 pounds when I worked for LA Weight Loss, and I looked the best I ever looked, but I also lost my gallbladder in that process because I was eating too much protein. And so sometimes it's not so vain about how you look, but if somebody doesn't tell you not to eat so much protein and you do that and lose all that weight, then it's just not good for you. Okay. So that's what I learned with doTERRA is like, you need to do a cleanse and cleanse out the chimney and do that before you start really using your probiotics. That they'll work better and support your system better if you do a cleanse first. And doTERRA has a 30-day cleanse that's amazing. So I always like to tell people that. And then there's also floating around out there, there's a Skinny Jean protocol that you can put in a capsule and take the Skinny Jean stuff. I like to tell people too that the oils also have like an emotional part of them. And so sometimes when we're taking some of these things to help with our metabolism or different things like that, you're taking those oils internally that also might release some type of emotional thing. And so, you know, 2 or 3 days after taking that Skinny Jean thing, some of my friends said, you know what, I was like crying all the time, you know? So you really have to be careful what, you know, like when you're taking the oils internally, you want to make sure and look at the emotional effect of them also, so you know that you're getting the support you need or not going to give you the support you don't need right at that moment. So that's kind of it about the products. what I want to talk about now is like, whenever you become a wellness advocate, if you're not already a wellness advocate with doTERRA, it's like opening up a store. And so I had a friend one time, and she was talking to some people that were business-minded people, and they just couldn't get the whole doTERRA thing. And I said, just tell them it's like opening up a store without having to, I opened up a tanning salon. I had to rent a building. I had to pay electricity. I had to buy the tanning beds. I had to do all kinds of crazy stuff and put up with people that I didn't really like. And with doTERRA, I opened my own store, and the people that are on my team are like Shalom. Like, I love Shalom. One day we're going to go sit on the beach and just do crazy things. And B is not even on our team, but I love B too. And I love doTERRA because we can be cross-teamed, and nobody's going to say, oh, you can't talk to her because she's on that team, because other MLM people do that,
Mm-hmm.
You can't be friends with her because she's on that team. I'm like, what is going on? With doTERRA, you have opened your store, and when you open your store, you open your heart, and you let all kinds of people come in. And what you can do is you're going to replace the things that you would have gone to Target, besides that skincare stuff and the vitamins. We also have toothpaste. We have mouthwash. We have shampoo and conditioner. So the things you would be going to Walmart and buying at Walmart, Target, or GNC, we have a weight loss program where you can buy the shakes and do protein shakes. So all those things are great. Oh, she just found the Yarrow Plum capsules. We forgot the Yarrow Plum capsules.
Yeah.
So I don't really know about those things. I have them, and I'm supposed to take them. And what I wrote down about them is they are the beauty complex. It promotes healthy, luminous skin with irresistible glow. I better just start taking those things. I use all this stuff on my foot, so maybe my foot will be luminous and have a great glow about it.
Her foot is amazing. The scar is so minimal already. And usually that takes months to get to. So she looks, her foot is amazing.
Yep. So that's why I always tell people, like, when you become a wellness advocate with doTERRA, like, you actually have your own store. People can come to you, and you can and share with them. The best kept secret I think that doTERRA has that we really never talk about is the points that you earn. So as you start earning 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So after a year, you're earning 30 points. So for every $100 I spend with doTERRA, I get $30 worth of oils for free. And I have $400 or $500 worth of oils all the time, or points, that that's what I use to sample my people with, because I need to use those points. And I do the Symphony of the Cell massage and the Aroma Touch. So that's what I use to buy those oils that I'm going to use on other people. So I always tell people about that because I think it's a great thing. And then another thing about doTERRA is they're not going to tell you to go out and recruit 500 people. And that's only going to benefit you, maybe the person above you. But you can start with recruiting 5 people and then helping those 5 people recruit 5 people. And, I always love it when my mom calls, because she will not get direct deposit for her silly doTERRA money. But she'll call me on the phone. She's like, doTERRA sent me a check for $92. What for? Because I love you. That's what I tell her, that because I love you. So I have gifted you that. Shalom, I want to thank you too, because you're part of my mom's little, oh my gosh, why do I have $92? I say, because we love you, that's why. And doTERRA is the only company that you don't get promoted for just helping yourself. It is not about that. The only way you're going to make it in doTERRA is by sharing with other people and helping them to be successful. And so that's why I have Shalom and B, because B's going to be on that beach with us too. And Nicole, they're my people, and that's what you want. So I always say, if you invest in your wellness, then you're going to invest in your financial freedom. And doTERRA is I'm telling you, my first MLM company I signed up for was in 1982, and it was Herbalife. So that's how long I've been doing the MLM game. And when I signed up and they told me I got 2% off of whatever oils I sold, I thought, I am never making a penny off of this. But I signed my mom up the very next month, and I got a check, and I called Jacob and Alicia, and I was like, I got a check from doTERRA. It must be a mistake. And they said, no, you got paid for signing somebody up, you goofball. So it is an amazing company that way, and it is truly the only MLM or network marketing company, direct sales company out there that has the same kind of heart that you all share with me. And one day we're all going to be sitting on the beach. So that's my spoof. If y'all have any questions, I know people have typed stuff, but I can't see. This phone's too small. So if you guys want to ask any questions or something, I'm all in.
You're muted. She's muted.
I know. Are you talking? Derek, are y'all talking? Oh, no.
Oh, I was just going to interject about you were saying the Virage products, you know, or the Yarrow Palm that I had sent you, that serum. This is B. I had sent the serum to Lana for her ankle for skin recovery. And there's been a couple oils that I could not handle on my face. So I wanted to tell you guys the coolest thing is that sometimes if you can't handle something on your face, you can take it internally or apply it somewhere else, because the oils go into your body in like 26 seconds and they permeate the whole body in about 20 minutes. So for me, like the serums, whether it's the Yarrow Palm, the Virage serum, or the Immortelle, this Immortelle is what I'm using right now because I just had a little mini surgery with sutures, with stitches. And this stuff is like miraculous. It's got all the really exotic, expensive oil. It's just too strong for my face skin. A lot of people use it for fine lines and wrinkles, or sun or age spots, or new irregularities on their skin. And so they use this Immortelle, but I was bummed because I couldn't use that, couldn't use the Virgin or the Yarrow Palm serum. And I found out I do take the Yarrow Palm in these little veggie caps. I take it internally. I do use the Virage products that are the cleanser and the daily moisturizer because they're perfect for my sensitive skin. But the Immortelle was so strong. So what I did is I split this bottle in half and I filled it up the rest with FCO, the liquid coconut oil. And I can use, so my point is, sometimes if you can't use something one way, you can use it another way because it's natural and your body still benefits. So whether it's something that you can't maybe apply to your face, you can put it on your feet, you can diffuse it internally. So that's it. I just wanted to tell you that no matter what, you make up your own concoctions. If I didn't, for instance, right now I have, I'm also using rose oil and lavender because the area is itching kind of as it heals. So you don't only use one oil, like I'm using the Immortelle, the anti-aging blend, but I'm also using the lavender and the rose because rose is very high vibe for cellular recovery. So that's all I wanted to contribute, that always, the best thing for me, I've been teaching 4.5 years. I was using the oils for about 9 or 10 months before I tried them. I got them for my dogs, if you can imagine. They had so many intolerances to just everything. I got them for the dogs, and then when I saw how well that they worked for them, the light bulb went on. It was kind of slow for me. And since then, the thing that's been the most exciting is I don't have to carry inventory. I get this stuff for myself. I try it. I use it. You learn that way. We have a lot of supports for learning. And then it just becomes second nature, kind of like cooking or sampling your food. So just know that the skin oils, oh my gosh, there's so many different cross-functional purposes. You'll be glad you tried them. But for people like me with skin sensitivity, I still do them. I'm still able to. So I did gift the Yarrow Palm to Lana for her ankle recovery, but I still do use Yarrow Palm. I just take it internally instead of topically. Okay, back to you, Lana.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, with the sore that I have on my ankle, I put every oil directly on it and in it and around it, and nothing has burned me. I put Correct Right on it and rub it around it, and you know, like, it's just amazing. I put DDR Prime all over that foot because I just want the cellular recovery from that. But you know, that's what I love about the oils is you can use them topically on your sores, and you're not gonna get injured. burning more.
I didn't put them on top of my sutures though.
Well, you should try it.
One thing like at first they told, no, I'm doing it now, but I didn't at first. So you said, so it was fine then, huh? I thought it
Yeah.
would make it too moist. Yay.
We're live. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so just hopping on, talking about using oils that you can put them directly onto wounds. After I had my C-section with Xander, they stapled, sorry if this is too much information, but they stapled the cut closed. And I went home like 2 days later, 2 days? Something like that.
Yeah.
2 days later, because I do not like hospitals. And I was just like, okay, I'm up, I'm walking, get me home. And they had to like cut my skin away from the
Well, we
Go
were
ahead.
doing lavender.
We were doing
on,
lavender.
on top of the
On top-
incision,
Right, yes.
and it started to heal so quickly. Normally, with a C-section, you're there for at least 3 days. They don't let you go home until you're up and moving. The staples can be removed, and you've been able to go to the bathroom by yourself. Anyway, so we were doing the lavender on the incision, and literally a day and a half later, Suzanne's asking, hey, can we go home? They're like, well, no, you know, XYZ. The next day, Suzanne's like, hey, can we go home? Well, let's take a look at your incision. And she had started to heal up over the staples.
Which actually made the staples a little bit more painful
Hard
to
to get
pull
out.
out, but like, who cares? They pulled them out. I recovered. I went home.
Yeah.
So
So
you
they-
can put them on to,
Yeah.
yes.
They actually had to kind of cut back a little bit of the skin that was growing over the sutures in order, or the stitches, or the staples, in order to get them out. So yes, you can put them directly on.
Yes.
It's a great healing process.
Do your due diligence on that, you know, and definitely dilute, but you can put things on.
Well,
The other thing
whenever
that-
when I had my wreck on February 21st, so they did my surgery on the 25th of February, and then they gave me the stitches. And luckily, I was friends with my best friend is friends. She worked for that doctor and the nurse, so she had an inside connection with these people. And so she called me one day, you know, about a week. She came over to look at my foot, and so she was like, well, do you go to the doctor next week? And I was like, no, I don't go till the 18th. And she was like, oh no, they can't leave those stitches in there. Like, you're healed. And so she took a picture and sent them, and they said, do you come in the next day, because we got to take the stitches out. So I mean, it made it heal so much quicker. And I was able to
I've
take
had
the
to
stitches.
tell, I teach a lot of classes on how to use the oils for pets, mostly dogs. And I have to tell people, because the veterinarians will usually say, okay, come back in 10 days and we'll take the sutures out. And I have to tell them, you need to keep an eye on it. Your dog will probably those stitches will be better by about 3 days before you expect. So keep an eye on it, because like you guys said, Derek and Suzanne, they'll start kind of pulling because if there's sutures or staples, because it heals up that much faster. So yeah, that's one thing I do tell people, to keep an eye on it, because it's going to heal much faster than you expect, which is exciting.
Anything else? Shalom, you got anything for me?
Okay, go.
Is anybody else like to add their story about some of the skincare products they use?
I got a skin rash. I usually do every spring when the sun comes out, and it's just for the UV radiation. My skin just doesn't like it at first until it gets used to it. But this year now, I mean, this is the first day now using. I used cedarwood, lavender, and what was the last one? Tea tree oil. I used coconut oil as a carrier oil, and I rubbed it on my affected areas, which basically are my chest and my forearms. And my chest, the bumps are basically almost gone just by one use.
Huh, that's good. I use Correct X. My brother worked at the Texas Roadhouse as a cook, and he would come home with burns all over his arms, and he'd take Correct X, and it would heal those burns right up.
And my daughter has a rash that on the inside of her elbow that she gets whenever the weather starts to change and it starts to get hot. And the same thing, the Correct X, she put some of that on and it sealed up. Amazing.
Awesome.
I wish we had taken pictures.
The other thing, you guys, is the helichrysum or helichrysum, however you pronounce it. They call that liquid bandage. And I'm telling you, if you cut yourself and you use that, it stops the bleeding
Wow.
instantly. But it's also real for if you have, a laceration of some sort or whatever, it will help with the recovery. Like my dog was bit by a brown recluse spider. It was unbelievable. The veterinarians they were taking pictures. They made a case study of it, how fast he recovered, because I did, of course, the frankincense, all the skin oils, even the copaiba, because that's a skin oil also, the rose and the helichrysum. Unbelievable, you guys. So yeah, so a lot of stuff for the skin. And that's why these products have all that stuff in there. It's amazing to me, like when I look at the ingredients in some of these skincare line products, and you just see this stuff is really precious, right? And when you can actually see, like, I guess you could say, like, miracles happen right before your eyes. You know, my sister had cut herself, and she was skeptic about the oils. And I know that you should little pig, and I put the helichrysum on, and she didn't say, she was such a naysayer about the oils, and she was like, oh, what up with that, so it makes a believer out of a lot of people, just like the deep blue. Yeah.
Yep.
I've used the helichrysum myself on a
We're
cut.
muted.
Nope, now you're muted.
Now you're muted.
Okay, leave it alone. So when we moved from Little Rock back to Utah, we were putting some boxes away, and I was putting something up in the basement of the cold storage. And when I hopped down, my thumb caught one of those brass staples in the boxes and cut my thumb real good. And so I was coming up the stairs, and sorry, Nicole, it's a little graphic. So
I just feel pain for you, yes.
Yeah. I ran up the stairs and I yelled to Suzanne, I said, get the helichrysum, because we've heard about it, but we've never had a chance to use it that way. And all the kids knew what it was for. So they came rushing in. I rinsed it under the sink real quick just to wash it off. And it immediately started bleeding again. But I rinsed it, put a couple drops of the helichrysum on it, and literally within 10 seconds, it was done bleeding. I was able to dry it and then super glue it and so forth. But it's amazing how quick it can work.
And you know what? I think there's helichrysum in the Correct X. When that's one of the least expensive things that you can get with so much in the for the buck, because I think pretty many of the expensive oils are right there in the Correct X. So that's one I think that pretty much everybody should have in their arsenal, because I think a lot of them have those other ointments that you get OTC, and those are probably all full of petroleum or whatever, what is it, petroleum-based products. So this stuff we can feel at least safe to put on our skin as opposed to petroleum-based. So that was really a quick recovery, Derek. Yeah.
Yeah, my sore on my foot was probably, I don't know if you can see, like that big. And now it's about the size of an eyeball just in the last 2 weeks. And, I honestly, I'll tell people, like, I swear I see it healing right before my eyes, because I'll put the Immortal is what I use the most, is I'll put the Immortal around it, and I can just see the skin drawing in, so it's amazing. These oils are amazing. And, like, whenever they're getting ready to start the oil games, and I can't wait for that because I love Elisa DeVay. But I actually went to a Elite retreat with her, and she would always, we always shared stories, and she would always say, well, now you know somebody, so you can share that story. But I want to encourage y'all, if y'all have not taken the Symphony of the Cells training, you should take it. Boyd Truman is amazing, and he knows so much. But the first time I took it, I live in Little Rock, and I drove to Louisville, Kentucky to take the class, and I took it on a Friday, it must have been Friday, Thursday and Friday. Anyway, I took the class and I'm a wanderer. Like I just am one of those people get in my car and drive with no plan at all and just think that God's going to tell me where I should go. And so some of my best girlfriends live in Missouri. I lived in Missouri for a while. And so one lives in two of them live in the St. Louis area and one of them lives up at Lake of the Ozarks. So I thought, well, I'll go to Missouri. And so I got into St. Louis and I thought, nope, I don't want to hang out with these girls. So I drove all the way up to the Lake of the Ozarks. And I was sitting there talking to my friend and I was going to leave on the next Sunday. And it was Super Bowl Sunday. So we're sitting there and she tells me, you know, Debbie, remember Debbie? And I was like, yeah. And she says, well, her daughter's husband has cancer. And it's pretty bad. He's not doing well. Well, about 15 minutes later, Debbie calls Eileen's house and she says, oh my goodness, we went to the hospital in St. Louis today and we have a new doctor. And he's sitting there talking to us and his phone buzzes and he gets up and he leaves the room. And we were thinking, what the heck? Why are you walking out in the middle of our consultation? But he comes back in there and he tells them, I have bad news. The chemotherapy, the medication they've been giving you is for the wrong cancer. It's not for what you have. And so basically it's been killing you and you have 6 weeks at the most. And so, I always tell people like doctors are just like mechanics, they have been to school just like a mechanic has been to school and they use our body just like a mechanic would try to fix a car. They're just trying to figure it out. They don't always know what is best. And so I was there and I just taken the class and I said, well, you know what? I could drive by there on my way home and give him one of these protocols. I did the Symphony of the Cell. So I drove there, I stopped and he had a hospital bed in the living room. Like he couldn't lay on the bed because he was so bloated. And so I had him sit in the chair, just facing the chair with his feet out. And I started putting the oils on there. And I think there's probably like 8 or 9 oils that you just rub it down their back, on their spine and on their feet. And like 3 oils into this, you could just see his body shift. Like it just shifted. And he said, what are you doing to me? Like, I feel amazing. This is amazing. And I finished the protocol for him. He walked into the house with a cane. He got up and walked and he didn't need a cane. He watched Super Bowl Sunday and he felt amazing with his family. So I guess that was like in February. So they would order the oils from me, and I gave it to him for half price because I felt bad for him. And I wanted them to use them. And, so they call me in June and they tell me they need some oils. And so I knew that they needed frankincense. Like, they had not ordered frankincense. And so I asked her, I was like, well, don't you need any frankincense? And she said, oh no, one of my friends, she buys it by the gallon. And so she gave us some. I said, well, I'm pretty sure it's not as good as my frankincense. Oh no, she says it is as good as your frankincense. Da, 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 da. And he passed away in July. So I just was like so sad because I truly, and like in the doctors, when they would go to the doctor's office, they'd be like, we do not even know why you're still walking around. Like you should not be walking around. You should not be. But he felt good. And, I always just tell people like, I'm not here to cure you or save you. I'm here to give you a better quality of life. And that's my purpose is to give you a better quality of life, till the end. When my dog passed away, I diffused the oils and I put the oils on him and you could just see he just got relaxed and felt so much better. And, it is probably my biggest struggle is that I really want to help people, but I hate it whenever I offer and they tell me no, and I know that I could have made a difference in their life. So I get discouraged because of that. And I've got Derek and Suzanne are going to keep me on my butt and get me in gear and make me not be discouraged over people being naysayers. Yeah, the book, are you guys talking about the Oil Magic book? I just got it, and it is such a cool little book. It has all kinds of great little things in it. And then I also have, Boyd Truman has this new one called Oil Smart. And it has a lot of great information in it too, just in a different way. This one is probably more medicinal than the Oil Magic book. The Oil Magic book is more fun to have at a party in a class. People love to look at it. This one, I'm trying to help you when you need help. So.
Hey, Lana, can I interject something that's a little bit off topic, but I think if they're in front of you, is that the case? That the round thing that's right by your hands in front of your book, is that your pilot diffuser?
No, I don't have a diffuser.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize it was a bottle. From where I'm sitting, it looks like, because I just heard the Pilot diffuser can be used outside. After convention, we all got citronella, so there's the TerraShield and the citronella. For me, putting things on my skin, like regular mosquito repellent and bug repellent and stuff like that, is so irritating. So to know that there are options for other skin oils, because I live in an area with a lot of conservation, forests and ponds, rivers and stuff. The mosquitoes are really, really bad. So I can get that little spray mister from doTERRA, and I use that already for my dogs with the repellent with lemongrass, cedarwood, and I just spray it like for their body, like in the air, like you did with what was that stuff? The toner. You sprayed the toner above. So that's to keep the flea and tick away from them. But the whole thing with mosquitoes right now is like the big issue, because they're starting already. We're probably gonna have a bumper crop, and with my skin being so sensitive, I was really excited about the TerraShield. Of course, we've had that for years, but now we have the citronella, and we can use that portable diffuser. So I apologize. I thought you had a diffuser in front of you, and I was gonna just say, you guys, it's out of stock right now. We gotta get it. We got to get it because we can use it out, so we can put it outside.
They were just saying, somebody just typed in that geranium is also something very good to use as a mosquito deterrent.
Okay, good to know.
Geranium
which
is
is true.
also,
Yes, because you can
geranium-
plant them.
Yeah.
You can plant geraniums and they'll help deter. But using that in the spray would help tremendously, I imagine.
Excellent.
geranium's also like a poor man's version of helichrysum. It's good for stopping bleeding as well.
Really?
So,
Wow.
A lot
Okay,
of
I
people
didn't know
use it
that.
for like nosebleeds. They'll just tip the bottle over and just put it right there.
when they get a bloody
Oh,
nose or
yes.
something.
Okay.
Wow. That's
You guys, I'm going to
wonderful.
sign off. I'm about to lose you on my phone. I apologize. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody,
Dee.
for everything. Bye.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to be met.
Yeah.
See you.
Okay, so anybody else want to chime in? We've gone a little bit long, but we can keep talking as long as people have questions or things they'd like to say. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, Lana.
Lana, you're welcome, Derek.
Quit muting us and talking.
You're freezing up. Yeah.
I think you're muted.
Yes, I've tried to teach Suzanne, when it says mute, that means you're not muted. So anyway, so thanks, Lana, for teaching the class tonight. Wonderful class. Again, happy
Amazing
birthday.
class. Amazing
Nicole, it
class.
was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And don't forget, next Wednesday, we have our team call, builders call, if you want to jump onto that. You can find the information on the Oils on Fire page, and then next week's class as well. I'm not sure what the subject is. Portia's the one that keeps track of the classes for us, and she's offline now. She's actually just got back into town yesterday at 4 a.m. and her in-laws came in as well, so she's tied up.
I think that Sandra is teaching it. Sandra, do you remember what the class is called?
It's called stress and sleep, I think.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so next week we're learning about stress and sleep. Thank you. Thank you everyone for attending. All of your comments have just been amazing. I'm going to give you guys just a minute to, okay, running through the comments, everyone is saying thank you to Lana for what an amazing, oh, Lana, you've been asked, what's the little white book that you have?
It's called Oil Smart.
Oh, I answered that already.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's from Boyd Truman. True Wellness.
Okay, got it. Perfect.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, Lana, so much for teaching the class, and thank you everyone for hopping on. We appreciated all the wisdom shared.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, sweetheart, go. It's time to go.